and hear me?
Yeah.
I feel like... Okay. I love the sound. I feel like I'm walking like in an ocean or something like that. Can I encourage actually folks, if you could sort of move this way, but don't look at the art and ignore me, because that would be bad. All right, so move this way, make space in front of the door, but keep your eyes on me. All right, I'm here. My name is Shizuka Hashimoto. I was one of the founders of the Safe Communities Project, which is a coalition of organizations specifically organized after SB 1070 was sort of started gathering steam in Arizona to really look at the issue of police-ICE collaboration and how it affects the immigrant community, particularly looking at how local law enforcement resources are being used to identify and then deport people from our county jails. We're seeing a rise in deportations. Deportations from the Pacific Northwest in the past 3 years have more than doubled. And it's interesting that Obama has been president for the past 2 years, right? So we're seeing this trend of increased deportations regardless of what the political situation is. Some of the research that we've done has really looked at, well, how is this happening? And I was trying to explain this. I had an interview earlier today with a Street Roots reporter, and she's like, well, you know, how did that happen? And I think, honestly, that the large-scale raids that happened here, Del Monte and Postville, Iowa, those look really bad in the media because people are seeing, oh, it's families that are being split up, it's hardworking people who are being torn apart from their families. So ICE made a strategic decision, right? They said, well, we're gonna go where people won't raise as much fuss, and that's through the jail systems. Unfortunately, what's happening is people who are going through our criminal justice system, some of them are being stopped because they have a traffic ticket, and they were stopped by the police because they have a taillight out. But they cannot show identification because Oregon law doesn't allow it, so they're taken to the jail, they're booked, they're asked where they're from, and ICE shows up. And they say, well, you know, if you're not born in America, we have some questions for you. So we're seeing this increased criminalization of communities of color through our criminal justice system, where ICE is working hand in hand with local law enforcement agents. And it's very difficult to push national policy on this thing, and thank you to our friends for CAUSA for working really hard at a national level to make that happen, right? But at a local level, what can we do? What can we do as community organizers? And one strategy that we can take is really putting pressure on our local law enforcement agencies, both the sheriff's office, who manages the jails, and the police, to say, hey, why are you using local resources to deport people? That doesn't reflect our community values, and that doesn't reflect what we want done with our public safety dollars, right? So we're doing all of this great work. I'm here because I'm on the board, and one of the jobs of the board is to raise money. So don't turn around and run out the door, because it's going to be really easy. Well, actually, let me say raise resources. So I have a bucket here, and the bucket says donations. Now I'm going to tell you why you should put something in this bucket. Either it's going to be some money, or it's going to be a piece of paper that says, I promise that when I have my checkbook, I'm going to give you some money. And we'll take that promise. Put your telephone number so we can contact you, and don't lie. Give us your real telephone number. And I'm going to tell you why you should put money in this bucket. This Criminales Todos show is the first show that we've done here in Portland. Our intent is to take it across the state, because we're really lucky in Portland here. We have a strong base of activism where people are organized and organizing around racial justice issues, where we can leverage power to go to our local sheriff and say, hey, we don't want racism enforced in the jails, and hopefully we'll be successful. But what about if you're down in Marion County? Or what if you're out in Umatilla? Or what if you are on the coast, out in Newport? Are those communities, do those communities have that level of organizing to be able to push that? Maybe not yet, but we want to be part of the organizing to make that happen, so that there is the level of police. We don't want to just have a win here in Portland and say, yay, we did it. We ended a police-ICE collaboration here in Portland because so many people of color, so many immigrants are being affected throughout the state. So I'm asking you to put money in this bucket for that family in Bend, Oregon, whose father just got deported because he was racially profiled and there was no support for him. They are organizing in Bend, Oregon. They are organizing to move the sheriff, right? They need our support, and I think that bringing this art show to other communities can be an amazing way to open that conversation. I've been so inspired. I mean, I just came for like, oh my God. I just like came for the Acid Dancers. I'm already like half crying, right? Like we have so many artists coming. We have so many artists who have contributed. Their art is powerful stuff, right? It's a chance to reflect. But if you can't put anything in here, I also have this. And this is another way to organize resources, right? I ask you, if you're interested in getting involved in helping us here or helping us in our statewide campaign to really end police-ICE collaboration, please, for the love of God, put down your name, put down your contact information. There's so many opportunities to get involved. We're doing a Race in the Police class at PSU in this coming term. We're doing community surveys in the Latino community. We need bilingual folks who can come help us do surveys, organize communities, organize political pressure to really demand from our sheriff, hey, you gotta listen to us. And it isn't just about the immigrant community, right? This is one piece of the puzzle in the larger fight for racial justice, and really looking at what is a tool for racism to continue, right? And that's it's institutionalized racism. And institutionalized racism is people like us, you and I, every day, having fear and not acting. So how do we organize people to get rid of that fear and to start acting, not only for the Latino communities, but for other immigrant communities, for the African American community, for Asian American communities, and for like, I don't think there's such thing as white communities, but like for white people too, because white people benefit from justice just as much as people of color. So there's the bucket, there's the list has a pen. Please contribute today in whatever way you can. It will be appreciated. Thanks.
We have a limited way to see here. If you want to see, come this way, towards me. Follow the sound of my voice. Come around. You guys, come over here. Come on. We have